returning to Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be intimidating. Luckily, there are a lot of great creators out there who provide helpful content. But this is my journey. While getting back into the game is mostly expensive, I'm doing it the smart way.
And buy the singles!
This series is dedicated to building a competitive deck, but only with singles and on a mightily small budget. €2.50 per week. Welcome to Yugioh-Heroes. Well, hello there my fellow gentle nerds. This is Echo again, episode 6, and we have some deck building to do. We have 5 new cards for the deck that are going to be very important and very impactful on our whole deck and on the way how we play this deck and how we pilot it. This is going to be exciting because we are dipping into, and I spoiled this for the next few minutes, we are dipping our toes into the Destiny Hero pool. And I think we can now make use of our Destiny Hero Militias, which has been in the deck since episode 2 and hasn't been of much use since then. But I'm very excited about this fact that we have the Destiny Heroes now. I'm going to show you what I got in just a second. And until then, I thank you for being here. I hope you have a nice day. And I think let's jump right in to the opening or the presentation. So we have our pools for week 6, and this is something that I had a lot of time thinking about. I really thought about what I should do with week 6 since I had the cards for week 7 here, and I think those 10 cards are really important in conjunction, but I decided that I need to pick 5 cards, and I decided to go with those 5 cards. We start off with our only extra deck monster that we're going to put in this week, and this is Destiny Hero Dystopia. He is interesting, and he is fusion summonable by using 2 Destiny Heroes. As of right now, we only have 1 Destiny Hero. I mean, technically 2, but 1. We have the Militias in deck. Well, we have the Dangerous, but I don't count the Dangerous. So we have the Dystopia here, and the Dystopia is going to be enabled by 2 very important cards for the deck for the later portion. But as of right now, it's still very important, and that is Fusion Destiny. I think this card is really important, and for now I have 2 copies of it, and I'm going to include 2 copies into the main deck. So that's for our week's budget. Those 3 cards, I mean, there are still 2 coming, but I think those cards are very important because we can get the Dystopia out very quickly, and we can keep it on board by using a small combo, in quotation marks, with our extra hero Cross Crusader. Well, I can probably show you the combo in the duels, we will see, but the Fusion Destiny card is a 1 combo starter, and once we have access to Liquid Soldier, it is a 1 card Dark Law, and that's very good. So we will need a 3rd copy of it later down the road, but as for this episode, 2. Then we have, and I'm very excited, Destiny Hero Plasma. This is the old art, and I'm definitely getting the new art once it comes out here in the TCG, but this is very good. It's a boss monster, and I always thought, well, it's fairly bad since you need 3 monsters to be tributed to special summon it, but the effect is so good. So Plasma, very excited about, and I hope I can use it in one of the duels. For the last card, I actually went with Dynatech. The decision to go with Dynatech and not with a 3rd Fusion Destiny, spoiler, is I needed cards that it can go off Fusion Destiny to make Dystopia, to make the Dangerous or something else. So I went with Dynatech, and Dynatech works very good with Dystopia. So we have like a Destiny Hero package now in the deck. There are still a few Destiny Heroes that we need or that we want, but they are coming down. They are coming later down the road. So we have like the Dynatech, we have the Plasma. We can make huge boards as of right now, and I'm very excited about that. For these 5 cards, I'm going to put them up here. We took out, and those are 6 cards. As you're going to see, we have our last copy of Neos Alias is now gone. We are not summoning Koga that often anymore, and so 1 Voltic is more than enough as light targets in the deck. Then we go on with 3. I'm having trouble pronouncing THR in that order. Well, the hero blasts. They don't work at all since we don't have any normal elemental heroes, so they are definitely gone. And for the last cards we have 1 Summoner Monk. I thought about putting him in the side deck, but we don't need him as much anymore, so we still have 1 copy in the deck. But as of right now, 1 is gone. And then we have to make space for the Dystopia, to make room for the Dystopia, 1 Contrast Hero Chaos. Never used it. It is not as good because you have to commit so much resources to get the Contrast Hero Chaos. So I still have 1 in deck, and he's gone. Why did I took out 6 cards? Well, I put 1 Pot of Duality back into the deck, so we have 1 in the side deck. Those cards go into the main deck, those 4. I bumped the World Legacy Clash down to the side deck, and I think it was 1 other card, but I'm not sure about that. So in the end, it was the Battleguard Howling. I now have 3 Battleguard Howling in the side deck, and we are going to put those 4 in, and let's see how the duels go. See you then. For this week's episode we have our usual duel against the ThePokeMonarch, then we duel against ChuTheWoop, and at least we have still Wolt. I'm going through the duels with you, and I have to tell you that these duels were like the most detailed notes that I have so far for each duel. We go into depth when they are there. We start off with the ThePokeMonarch, game 1. I try to bring out Darklaw, and I do, and he directly Darkholds me. From there he gets his Mausoleum on board and builds a huge board as well, so I'm a bit scared about that. I get into Sunrise and can special summons with the Solid Soldier at the Stratos and have like 3 cards on board, so I go into Plasma, which was a huge risk at this moment, and I did it. It actually worked. He tries to go into his like Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, I think, but Plasma completely negates it, so I absorb the Moonlight Dragon, I just call it Moonlight Dragon, and from there I can build my huge board as well with like Miracle Fusion. I get Great Tornado, and then I have enough damage with still the Honest Neos in hand to go for game. Game 2, he sets 3 and passes. I set 2 and pass, and then he tries to build a board and I clear it with Torrential Tribute. From there he just has it back to me. I try to resolve my new Dystopia Fusion Destiny Cross Crusader combo, which unfortunately didn't work since he Phoenix Chains the Cross Crusader, but I can still get one after another the Solid Soldier and the Stratos on board, and then I can deal some damage. He gets 2 Blue Eyes on board, and from there I get Darklaw and can, well, search my Honest Neos, and in the damage step he has his Dragon Spirit of White, I think, and he attacks into Darklaw, which would have killed it, but I have like the Honest Neos and activated in the damage step, which actually I think negates the option for him to tribute it to destroy a card, but that doesn't go through, so I really take him down, and from there it is GG. So we win 2-0 against the ThePokeMonarch this week, which brings us another €2.50, and we go into the next duel on YGO Omega. This is against ChuTheWoop, and he has his own challenge on his channel. You can check him out, the link is in the description below. And I go into Darklaw Turbo with the Summoner Monk, the Soul Summoner Monk that is left in the deck. He sets, and I set 2 and pass. He attacks into my Darklaw, but I had the Honest Neos in hand, luckily, so I can clear his monsters, and with a full board I have enough damage. I had still 2 mask change, so I could really go for damage. That was enough for an OTK. Game 2. I eco my Solid Soldier, so I get a free Darklaw and Honest Neos. He removes the Darklaw with his Dino Wrestler and tries to attack into Solid Soldier, but I had the Honest Neos, and from there I get Sunrise, and this is another OTK. I'm very sorry, Chu, because you actually only played 4 cards and I OTK'd you both times. I'm very sorry. I hope you don't mind that too much. Sorry. Game 3 was against Wolt, and you can check him out on Twitch. He doesn't have a YouTube channel, but he has a Twitch channel which he wanted to plug, which is also fine, so you can check him out there. I draw a very bad hand, and he has like this life twin deck, which is actually very interesting because he can combo off for days with his life twins, and he cleans my board. I draw, marks change, and pass, and I get some huge damage from him. I get the torrential tribute, which I think could get me back into the game, but he destroys it, and from there was nothing much that I could do. So he actually had always a response to me, and I couldn't deal with it. I didn't draw the cards that I needed. I didn't, find a way to out it. So this is game 1. Game 2 was a bit longer. I go for Dark Law, and he impairs me at the Solid Soldier, so I'm forced to path, and from there I get Stratos on board next turn, and that gets ashed, his search. My bottomless trap hole that I said gets Lillard, and I can't stop his abomination, his Unchained Abomination that he got into, and he can always play while I can't play. So I get Darklaw on board and I clear the Abomination with the Darklaw and the Honest Neos activation, but from there is no stopping him. So what could I do? I feel like I could have played a bit better if I had better cards, or on the other hand, I think that was pretty much the limit that my deck is able to play. It is completely okay. I think 2 wins this week are an excellent reward for us. We have €5 extra, and that is really important, since I know there are important and expensive cards coming up, and I need that extra money. I definitely need it. So we really end up with a high note. The last duel was like a dud for us, but we win. We won 2 games, 2-0. That's huge, and I really like that. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I could see you in the next episode 7, that is coming out next week on Saturday. Like, it's coming out on the same date that it's always coming out. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I would like to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and then I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.